everybody, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Jen at Ketosis Mom. If you like some fashion tips, especially for mid and plus size grand millennial type style, I'm also on Like to Know It and Instagram at Living Large and Lily as well. You can also follow along on either of those on this journey that I'm going through for my weight loss. Today we're going to do something, we're going to call it cracking the eggs. We're gonna do a little bit of a spring theme because I'm dying for the warmer weather to come and be here already. I am going to be doing my week 3 injection of Zepbound. I'll show you guys right here. The Zepbound 2.5 milligrams is what I'm on during my first month. We're gonna be doing that on this video. So if you're interested in just skipping ahead to see how that is administered, then go ahead and look down below. You will see the chapters and you can skip ahead to whatever chapter you would like to view. I'm going to be cracking each one of these eggs today, and these are different questions that I received this week from my audience, my followers, my subscribers, of things that they want me to answer now that I'm on week 3. So this is going to be my 3rd injection, which means that on the Weight Watchers Clinic app, I'm going to be logging any type of side effects that I've had, any kind of questions that I have for my care team or my doctor into the app before they call in the next month's prescription. They do this on a monthly basis to review kind of where you're at, how you've been feeling. If you feel like you can bump up to the next milligram dosage, which the next dosage for the Zepbound by Eli Lilly is a 5 milligram. I've heard lots of different comments from people about how they had great results on 2.5, then they stalled a little bit at 5, and then it picked back up again for weight loss for them once they got to the 7.5. So I'm not counting any of my chickens until they hatch when it comes to this specific journey. I want to just experience it as it goes. I will tell you all that in week 3, I am feeling the best that I have felt yet, just overall health-wise. I've been walking a lot more, and so let's get into these questions because some of the questions were also about what have you changed, what are you doing more of, and things like that. So we will do the administering last. I'm gonna go ahead and pick the first egg up, and I will answer the question from here, which is from Audience Now. So the first question is about how much did you lose in week 2, which is what everybody wants to know, right? How much did you lose? How much have you lost now? So I wrote it all down so that I get the numbers right for you, because I know last time I was looking and I think I had said it was 2 and it was really like 1.6, so I was trying to do the math in my head very quickly while I was on camera. Okay, so during my first week, I lost 5.8 pounds on week 1. I went over that with you all last time. Week 2 was not as grand, but it was still really good. I lost 2.8 pounds. So that means that I have a total lost, got 8.6 pounds total lost. So 8.6 is my total loss right now. Here's what's important about this week 2 in the loss. I have, as you all know, I've been showing you all my Renpho scale that I get on. The Renpho scale tells me how much water I have, what the subcutaneous fat is, what the visceral fat is, what my BMI is, what my weight is, what my skeletal muscle and my muscle mass is as well. So it breaks down a lot of different key factors that I'm looking at here, because in the clinical trial studies for Zepbound, and a lot of doctors' advice as well, including my Weight Watchers doctor, was that a lot of patients are not paying attention to how much protein they're eating and also building muscle while they're losing fat. Therefore, they are losing fat and muscle at the same time. A lot of patients in clinical trials were losing a 50-50, so 50% fat, 50% muscle. And what you have to be careful about is when you come off of these drugs down the road, or you start tapering back down and you've not built muscle, but you've lost it, you're gonna start just gaining fat back. And that's not a good place to be. So what I'm trying to focus on the most is building muscle. And what's really great about the Weight Watchers Clinic is they do have a fitness section in the Weight Watchers Clinic that it tells you each month, here's your monthly calendar. They give you 3 to 4 different options each month on the calendars of how much exercise you're really wanting to do. Are you wanting to just try to stay consistent? Then you'll stick with the consistency calendar that's number 1, where it might just be that you're making sure that you're getting at least 6,000 steps a day, and that you're trying to at least do their dumbbell weight type workout 1 to 2 times a week. And then that's it. The next one is really more of like a push with consistency. You know, can you do weights 2 times a week? Do a little bit of cardio, and then also still make sure that you're getting the 6,000 steps 1 or 2 other days during the week. And then they have another calendar that is basically just making sure you're either doing cardio or lifting weights on an everyday basis. So it really is catered to how fast you're wanting to do this. What type of lifestyle changes are you really wanting to make? Are you just wanting to stay consistent with something and be able to upkeep it? Or are you wanting to lose the most that you can and build the most muscle that you can as fast as you can? Right now, I have been between the first calendar and the second calendar, depending on how I feel that day. If you all remember, I have an autoimmune disease, and so sometimes my body just does not want to move. My joints hurt really bad. My lower back, where I have AS, will hurt really bad. And some days are just better than others. So I really base it on the kind of day that I'm having. But during week 2, I will tell you all that I did make sure that I was trying to build muscle. So my overall, since I have started this, I will tell you all that my muscle has gone up by 2.1 pounds. From week 1 and week 2, my muscle has gone up since I started. So to me, perfection. Muscle weighs more than fat anyway. And I want to make sure that I'm building muscle, I'm keeping muscle, and I'm not losing muscle throughout this process. What I want to get rid of is the subcutaneous fat, and most importantly, the visceral fat. Visceral fat is not your friend whatsoever. A little bit of subcutaneous fat I'm fine with. I call that just some cushion. It's fine. But the visceral fat is really what I personally am aiming towards. So when I looked at that minus 2.8 pounds, I will be honest with you, I was a little disappointed this morning because the previous week I had lost 5.8 pounds. And I thought, okay, I can do that again. However, I gained muscle, which weighs more. So that's to take into consideration. And I've been drinking water as if it's about to just go out of style and I can't get enough of it. Because I've been walking more, I've been working out more, I've been lifting, I drink water. I will drink multiple bottles of water while I'm down there working out because I'm sweating so much. I'm a sweater. I'm not a glistener. I'm a sweater. And so for me, my BMI percent has gone down by 1.4% just in 2 weeks. To me, that's a huge win. I was not able to lose. I was looking at my weight from my autoimmune injections, and my weight was just constantly going up no matter what I was doing. So now some of the other questions we're going to get into, we're going to crack our second egg because I know some of the other questions are going to address what I'm about to talk about. Like this one, workouts. So I'm going to address this because a lot of people are going to say, well, how are you building muscle throughout this process? How are you making sure that you're maintaining? And that's kind of the beauty of this Weight Watchers Clinic app, because I don't have to think about what I'm going to be doing. I have it on a calendar already set for me. They have YouTube videos already linked for me. So I open the YouTube video up and I will save it to a playlist for myself so that I can play it on any of my TVs, including the TV that we have downstairs in our gym area. And I can do the workouts right there. They just call them, dumbbell exercises. And it's working upper body, lower body. It kind of rotates different days. I'll be honest with you all, my arms feel like really tight today because I did do my second set of weights last night. So I feel it. And the kind of soreness that you feel from working out is much different than my autoimmune soreness, where I just feel like I can't move and I hurt all over. I will gladly take a workout soreness over the autoimmune soreness. And the fact of the matter is, with my specific autoimmune disease, I know that the more weight that I can get off, the better I'm going to be able to feel, and my joints are not going to have as much pressure on them. Especially because with AS, you have a lot of pressure on your hips carrying this weight that you have in your midsection, and your legs are getting a lot of that too. So if my sacral joint can get some relief, I know that in the past I've heard that with every 20 pounds you lose, it releases pressure off of your spinal column. So I am just aiming to get that done. So I was lifting all of my weights and doing the dumbbell exercises according to the Weight Watchers Clinic schedule, and they post a new one each month. Again, like I said, you get to pick which one of those schedules you want to do. You can either just be consistent, you can push, or you can really go for it. It's really up to you and your own body, and they let that kind of cater to you. I do have an orientation with their fitness coach on Thursday this week to probably learn a little bit more, but I've also been wearing my Garmin so that I can make sure that I'm getting at least those 6,000 steps every day. I took my French Bulldog for a walk, like a 45-minute walk this week, and I thought he was going to murder me because he is not a walking dog. But he did go with me. I've also been riding my Peloton bike a lot. I think I rode 3 times this week at a minimum of 20 minutes, but I was really shooting for 30-minute sessions when I could fit them in. So I was doing a combination of Peloton bike, walking outside because the weather was really nice here this week. It's raining today, but earlier this week it was very beautiful weather. Everyone was out with their animals and walking and riding bikes, and I wanted to be out too. So walking, Peloton, and also dumbbell weights. You do not have to have, I said this last week, you do not have to have crazy amounts of weight that you're doing to build muscle. You can build muscle just with your own body weight, using your own body weight as well. So don't feel like you need to go out and just buy all these things. I will list down below the weights that I personally have and some of the things in my gym. I've also done an Amazon live stream in the past on things that we have in our gym. I will try to find that for you all, and if I can find it and it's still up and posted, I'll post it down below so you guys can shop from that as well, and you can see what my gym looks like. All right, the next question I'm gonna go to, since we covered workouts, I had a question: what do your typical meals look like now on a daily basis? And so I wrote down everything. I log my meals every day in Weight Watchers. They give you basically how many grams of protein they want you to try to get to is your goal each day. And then they do want you to try to get at least 4 servings throughout the day of a fruit or vegetable, and then water. They want you to have at least 8 cups of 8 ounces of water. So a bottle of water that's 16.9 or whatever it is would count as 2 of those 8 that you need throughout the day. So that's actually less water than I was drinking before. I was filling up my BrewMate Era, which I've left in the other room, at least 2 to 3 times a day and drinking that. So the water goal for me is not that difficult. What's difficult for me is meeting the protein goal. I've been getting as close as I possibly can to the goal. I've not met the goal yet. I'm going to be honest with you all. So I'm going to go through some of like my typical meals because that was a question. So for breakfast, I used to only have coffee in the morning, and then I would do intermittent fasting and I wouldn't eat till about 1 or 2 o'clock. I cannot really do that now and come anywhere close to the amount of protein that they're wanting me to have in a day. So I have to have breakfast. I have to have either, a protein powder in my coffee and then use that protein powder almost like a creamer, or I have to make a smoothie, which can have, blueberries, avocados, pineapple. You can make a banana and a peanut butter protein smoothie. Eggs, I also been having a lot of eggs, like those egg bites that I covered last week. Sausage, and then I always try to get at least about 1/4 of a cup of some type of berry. I've been really into strawberries lately, but I also have some frozen blueberries that I will get out and have that as well. On occasion, I might have some type of sausage they're called Better Oats. They're only 100 calories. If I'm just really craving something that I feel like it's going to leave me feeling really full for a long time. Sometimes I do just really want oatmeal, and I will have that. For lunch, I've been a little bit obsessed with chicken salad. I make my own chicken salad because there's a lot of things in chicken salad that I can't have due to having SIBO and having to eat by a FODMAP diet. So for my chicken salad, they have canned chicken in larger cans at Costco that I buy. I will take 2 cans, dump that into a bowl, mix it with some of the avocado, olive oil, mayo that I have. I will cut up fresh cherries because normally I would put grapes in there or cranberries or things like that. And with a FODMAP diet, they really don't want you having those. So I've been cutting up fresh cherries just in smaller amounts just to give it a little bit of sweetness. And then I will also put either a walnut or a pecan crushed and crumbled down in there and mix it all together. That way the majority of what I'm eating really is some type of olive oil, avocado, and chicken, but it does have a little bit of sweetness to it that makes it just really, really yummy, and the nuts give it a crunch. So I've been eating a lot of that. I have to go to Chick-fil-A. My children ask for Chick-fil-A constantly. So I've switched over to their grilled nuggets at Chick-fil-A. I've been getting the grilled nuggets and their side salad. I have not been able to eat both things at once. So typically I will have the grilled chicken when I come home, and then maybe a few hours later I will try to eat the side salad, or I'll have the side salad with dinner and a piece of fish. Also at Costco, they have a tortilla encrusted fish that I pop it in the air fryer, and it is the best fish, in my opinion, that I've ever tasted. I've been eating that a lot. On a FODMAP, it's also very difficult for me with certain vegetables. So I can't have, your broccolis or your cauliflowers, like not even like the cauliflower crust pizza, nothing like that. Any type of beans or any type of legume, I can't have anything like that. So for my vegetables, I have been having either sweet potato fries in the air fryer with a little bit of like a sugar-free barbecue sauce on them. Or I will even make the fries that look like the big waffle fries from Chick-fil-A, and I will put ground beef with some of my vegan cheese and vegan sour cream on there, and almost have like a sweet potato fry type nacho. That way I'm getting protein in with that as well, and it also counts as a vegetable. And then we also have some chicken chunks and baked potatoes that we've had. Now the chicken chunks are thicker than a chicken nugget, so there's a little more protein to it, a little less breading. I also get those from Costco, and a baked potato my husband makes out on the grill. And I had not had baked potatoes or potatoes for years because I was really eating low carb, I was eating carnivore, and so to me, having a baked potato with my vegan sour cream and vegan butter is a huge treat. And so I have those every now and again. I might have it for lunch or something like that, and then log that as part of my vegetables. But I also always make sure that I pair that with some type of protein. So I'm not eating, just the baked potato. If I only can eat half the baked potato, but my full protein, I'm going to do that. And my suggestion to you all is always make sure that you eat your protein first, because you are going to start feeling full, like you can't eat everything. And so you want to make sure you get the protein in first, and then the other things kind of filtered in second. For dinner, I do a lot of the same thing as I do for lunch, but we have been cooking a lot of mussels. And then we also have, it's called like a sorghum and millet type noodle that I've really been liking. And the sorghum noodles that I did make the spaghetti with this past week was a Dr. Gundry product, and I can tag that down below for you all as well. We did go out on a date night this week, and we went to a hibachi grill. So I did have a steak and shrimp with vegetables on the side, and then of course the yum yum sauce. So I wasn't really missing out. I don't feel like I'm missing out on any of my meals. There's nothing that I'm not excited to eat when I do eat it. It's just I can't ever finish it all. I've never been able to finish a hibachi meal to begin with, but it was, I could only have so much of it. And I tried to make sure that I ate the shrimp first, then I ate the meat with vegetables kind of second, and then I brought the rest home and ate it the next day. That was delicious, just so that you guys know. So if you're looking for somewhere to go out and eat, make sure you get a lot of protein. Hibachi Grill might be your place. For snacks, I've been eating a lot of olives. We have some smaller meat sticks that I've also been eating. I do have also carrots with hummus. Hummus is also a form of protein, and I love hummus. And so I also get my little baby peeled carrots from Costco as well, and they're fully peeled and I can just eat those on the go. You can also do what you do for breakfast, which is the smoothie with protein powder. I also have some oat snacks that are like a Uncrustable peanut butter sandwich, but it is from Bob's Oat Snacks. I'll show you guys that and link it down below as well. And of course, like I said last time, I do make the banana pudding with the protein kind of Greek yogurt, sugar-free banana pudding mix, and just a few of the vanilla wafers and the Cool Whip so that it's non-dairy for me. So those are kind of the snacks, and with, just sitting and thinking that I'm eating a banana pudding, I can get 17 grams of protein. So that's what my typical kind of meals are looking like right now. A lot of people have been asking me, are you eating a lot less? And the answer to that is no. I'm not eating a lot less. I'm eating a lot more. I'm eating a ton more because I used to not eat breakfast. I would just have maybe that Chick-fil-A side salad at lunch, and then I would have a dinner, and then that was it. And now I'm eating throughout the entire day. And I'm also trying to make sure that I get protein at every single time I'm eating, even during the snacks. So that's been a big change for me. Like I'm eating a lot more, and I feel a lot better by doing that as well. Another question that I had was, is your family supporting you on this journey? And have the meals overall for your family changed? So I will say that my husband is very supportive. My kids are only 7 and 4, so they're just going to be demanding of whatever they want to eat when they want to eat it. However, last night my husband, he cooked mussels. He cooked some shrimp air-fried egg rolls. He cooked the millet and sorghum noodles. And then I think they had some leftover macaroni and cheese. So they were eating mussels and macaroni and cheese. And then when my husband brought in the shrimp egg rolls, they're like, oh, we want some of that too. And so it has been a little bit of a change for the family overall, because whatever I'm eating, my kids want too. So if I'm having strawberries and a meat stick, my kids want strawberries and a meat stick. My youngest, who is 4 years old, she knows how to make the Greek yogurt with protein banana pudding. She knows where all the ingredients are. She makes it herself. She puts it in a bowl, puts it in the fridge, goes back later and tells me she's having banana pudding. I am perfectly fine with that because she's actually getting protein while she's doing it, and she's not just eating sugary snacks. So I will say that overall it has been a pretty big change for the whole family, and everyone really is kind of eating more like I'm eating now. I did kind of get angry at them this week because they were going and eating all of my snacks while they have a whole pantry of snacks that I don't eat. So from now on, I'm just not going to buy those things. I said, I'm not going to buy all this stuff because you guys don't want it. And I've gotten them a lot of fresh fruit that's around the house, and they're going and grabbing fresh fruit now as well. So this really has kind of been a change for the whole household in a really positive, great way. So I can't say enough about that as far as the meals go. But for me right now, I'm sitting at minus 8.6 pounds in 2 weeks. I don't want to lose so quickly that I am not developing good habits while I'm doing this. I want to develop good eating habits, good eating routines, good exercise routines to be able to maintain it. If I try to do this too quickly, too fast, for me specifically having AS, if I tried to go out and do, the third calendar that's working out every single day and making sure that you're getting this in and 10,000 steps and doing this workout and then doing this workout, I would get burnt out very quickly and I would not be able to stick to that, and then I would potentially start losing muscle. I'm not intending to not lose any muscle at all throughout this process because I am realistic, but I am trying to work very, very hard at maintaining muscle and building muscles to try to put the focus for my body on getting rid of visceral fat and subcutaneous fat for myself. So I'm going to go ahead, and this has been sitting out the whole time I've been talking, so we're going to administer this next. Last time I did it in my right underarm down here. You'll probably still see the bruise, maybe somewhere down there. If not, I will put up a picture that I took of it right over here. I did have a small bruise about this big where the shot or the needle went directly in. Prior to that, I did my left leg. So today I'm going to be doing this on my right leg, and I will show you guys as I administer it. Okay, so we are back. I have this, it has sat out the entire time that I've been recording. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to take off the end right here. I do this for you all each week. I already have my cool little ice pack down here on my leg where I'm going to be injecting. I am injecting in my right leg this time because you do want to make sure that you are rotating where you're doing your injections. I should have had this cleaned already before I took my lid off, so sorry about that, guys. I have my little alcohol wipe. I'm just going to make sure that I clean where my cold pack has been very, very well. I do the cold pack. That's just my own personal preference. I take injections also for AS, and so I found that if I kind of do a cold pack on the area that I'm going to be injecting into, it usually helps a little bit. So now that I've got that all cleaned off, you do want to make sure that the alcohol is completely dry on your skin. You don't want it to still be wet before you inject because then it might sting a little bit. You also have, again, your lock and your unlock on this. So I have tried to put this up against my skin before and it was not unlocked. You also always, like I say, you want to inspect this. Make sure you don't see any type of particulate in there. There's just a bubble. Bubbles are perfectly fine. So I'm going to show you guys how I inject it and where it's going. Okay, here's my red circle right here where I had that cold pack. I do have this unlocked. I want to check it. Nope, sorry, I have it locked. So I want to unlock it. That's interesting. It came unlocked because I had moved it. You're going to just simply put this right down in the middle and then you're going to push the button. You can either pull the skin flat or you can pull the skin up or you can do nothing. So this time I'm going to do nothing and see how it goes. 1 click. 2 clicks, okay? Then you're going to pull this off. You might have just a little bit of blood there, or you might even see a little bit of, you guys can see how there's still a little bit of fluid right there on top right there. And that's perfectly normal and perfectly okay. You're just gonna simply wipe that clean and keep going. So that sums up my week 2 full briefing for you all. This is my week 3 injection. And so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get on my Weight Watchers app and I'm going to go ahead and request the next refill since I am another week out from doing that because I want to give my Weight Watchers team the time to review my weight loss, review any symptoms with me, and if they need to talk to me to get back to me as well. They might say, you know, hey, we can't order this for another week, and that's okay. I'm just going to go ahead and give them an update now so that they have it. Each time before you do this on the Weight Watchers clinic, you are going to want to make sure that you're logging your weight so that your doctor and your care team can look at what your results are currently at so that they can determine if they're going to keep you on the same dosage for the next month or do another cycle of it. So I will see you guys next week when I do week 4 injection, and then I'll be 1 full month into my Zepbound journey. If you're not currently following me, or I guess they call it subscribing over here on YouTube, make sure that you tap the subscribe button. There's also the bell. So if you do the little bell, it'll let you know each time when I have a new video about this posted and you can come back and check it out. See y'all next time.